So I've been a little out of the
I'm great.
out of the activities.
Not be happier. Love the job.
Oh yeah.
I do, and there's two individuals who are here who want to go with me.
Abby, nice to meet you. How are you?
Now we take some shoes.
She's a TV star.
Hoping to nice here.
Different scenes of Chicago.
Actually, a lot of action. Oh yeah.
CT.
And has done so much to help me get the funds necessary to run an effective campaign and get my message out. And you know as well as I do, if not better, how effective she is. So thank you all for being here. I want to acknowledge a couple of folks. First, the president of the 49th Ward Democratic Party, who just walked in, Michael James. Thank you for honoring us with your presence, Michael. David Cogan, who's our field organizer of the 49th Ward. And the one who is the real power behind the 49th Ward throne, and that is my own Barbara. Where is Barbara? Where is she? Come on over. Now, Barbie will appreciate this. On several occasions, the mayor has asked that there be a takeout prepared because he is expected to bring some Indian food home.
No, I'm expected to make dinner, and that's what I'm
But Mayor, every time I go to an Indian restaurant with one of my friends from the Indo-Pan community, and I want to thank you all over here. We'll be real brief because I know you want to mix and mingle with the mayor. You see me all the time. But I did want to say a few things, and it has really been my honor and my pleasure to work with this man. He really is a great leader in very, very enormously difficult times for the city. We both were a little tentative at first, but as soon as he took the oath of office and we got to work together and got to trust each other more, I really realized that he is very, very dynamic and politically courageous. He's taken a lot of stands on issues that have not, at least in the short term, won him a lot of popularity in some circles, but they're things that needed to be done, things that had been delayed for far too long. I want to just highlight two things that I think really, of the many, that really exemplify both his courage and, he shouldn't do any of the whining, so I'm going to whine for him. Stuff that he hasn't really gotten the full credit he deserves. Back in 1969, a lawyer named Michael Shackman filed a lawsuit against the city of Chicago against all the political hiring and firing that was taking place. For far too long, in fact, throughout the entire history of Chicago, you worked in city government based on not what you knew, but who you knew. And the courts finally issued this decree, said City of Chicago, you can no longer hire and fire on the basis of political affiliation. And guess what? And just the other day, we finally settled this long-running lawsuit on discriminatory hiring on the part of the fire department. It was a lawsuit that a group of us aldermen urged the previous mayor and his administration to settle. And they said, no, we think we're going to win this, we're going to push forward. Well, guess what? They lost, and they lost big, costing the city tens of millions of dollars, not to mention depriving 67 million to be precise. Not to mention the fact that so many well-qualified African Americans and Latinos were deprived of the opportunity to serve the city in the fire department, and the fire department was deprived of their skills and what they had to offer. So guess what? The city finally settled those suits just the other day, and they have put into place a hiring system that survives that scrutiny, that finally hires people on the basis of their ability, and making sure that the fire department reflects the diversity of our great city. Not a whole lot of credit was given, but he did that, and he deserves a lot of credit. And I could go on and on, but those are just two reasons of why I strongly support his re-election. And thank you for everything you've done for the city of Chicago.
Here because, not because Joe's been a great ally, and he has been a great ally, but he's actually urged for years the city to move in a direction. And I say that because today I was touring a park in Little Village. It's called Big Park in Little Village, 22 acres. It's not many cities today are opening in a neighborhood, 22 acres of new parkland, and you should just give it has a density. There are 6,000 kids below the age of 6 or younger within a half mile of that park, and there's no open space. But in the shadows, right off to the side, is the Crawford coal power plant. And he, for 10 years, have been pushing the city of Chicago to stand up, be heard. These kids in the neighborhoods of those two coal plants, one in Pilsen, one in Little Village, had a higher emergency attendance to the hospitals for asthma attacks than any other part of the city. I told Joe when we first met I would work on that issue. I brought the head of the utility in and I said, simple. We can either make this easy or we can make this hard. But those plants are going to be shut down. And I said I was going to hold off the alderman only so long, and then I'm going to go forward and I'm going to sign that, and we're going to make that ordinance a part of the city. Now the good news is, with a little help from the natural gas prices, they shut that coal plant down. And we should just probably professionalize our hiring, like i.e. take it into the 21st century. That's really all we did was say we're going to do best practices. I mean, when you really reduce it. Now, I said here's what we're going to do. We did it. We're going to have more news in the coming weeks on that very issue. To prove once again, because it's not just professionalizing your hiring, yes. It's not also to get rid of corruption, yes. It is so every part of this city can contribute to this city. And I do want to talk about where the city's going, the most important thing we've done. I made a basic pledge that if we finally started to attack the tough things as a city, do the things that Joe and others were talking about, people will have confidence to come back to the city after a decade of fleeing, both companies and families. You should know your city last year led the country as the #1 city for corporate relocations. Last year, the city of Chicago was the #1 city for people moving back into after a decade of flight. Last year, we were the #1 city for direct foreign investment. Last year, we led the country for conventions and hospitality and business meetings. Because we were willing to face up to our challenges, people are betting on a city that is going to shape its future and not be shaped by it. And the most important thing we can do for our neighborhoods, our businesses, is what we're doing at our schools. Right now, the city of Chicago has the highest graduation rate in its history and the highest graduation rate of any major urban school system in America. In a second, we're going to get to Phoebe because it's her birthday. We're all going to sing, but here's the deal. In 3 years' time, Chicago, when we got elected together, just 3 years ago, our graduation rate was 57%. In 3 years, the sophomore class in high school right now, 82% of them are going to graduate from high school. That's a 60% turnaround. And every one of you who run businesses, will you take a 60% turnaround on the positive in 4 years? And we're making a new pledge. You get a B in high school, not a B, B average. We're going to make community college free. No family should go to the poorhouse trying to give their kids a shot at the American dream. So we'll be the only city in America. You get a B, you hold a B average in high school, you do the hard work, you sit down, you study. We're going to do our side of that bargain. We're going to make community college free. And we've now redesigned the community college system, so if you go to the Malcolm X for nursing, Rush wants to hire you, not turn you away. You go to Olive Harvey for truck driving or logistics, Coyote or Hunt want to hire you, not turn you away. Harold Washington for professional services, Wright for IT, Kennedy King for hospitality and culinary. and we've professionalized them so the community college system has already doubled its graduation rate. You probably know that from TV, but we're also on our way to tripling. And this all ensures I'm here because I have the love of my parents and a good education. All of us are here because of those two things. There's a lot of other things in life that happen, but those are the two things, regardless of where we're from, we share. I can't do anything about about your parents. I went to college. That's the difference. And in addition to that, every child now in the city of Chicago, every child has a full day of kindergarten, and which we're getting 7. The kids that needed 7 hours were getting 2 hours, and the kids that are getting 7 hours could afford to get 2. We've now changed the system. Every child gets it. We now made universal pre-K for all 4-year-olds from a family of need. And for the first time ever in the history of the city of Chicago, a majority of our elementary students meet or exceed national standards in reading and math in their grade. So we deal with tough things, and if we don't buckle, and what you're doing, Joe will disagree with me when he thinks I'm wrong, but that's just what he's supposed to do. When I'm right, he's not supposed to have a problem. He's probably supposed to push me harder here with my good friend Joe Moore.
We worked with the mayor slaving in the kitchen.
I was down there. I wanted to do the fundraiser. I was in the kitchen helping on the program.
I know he doesn't like a lot of recognition, but I'm going to give him some right there. Balvinder Singh, thank you, my friend.
All husbands have the same tradition. I'm out. Nobody like us to pick up. Okay? Gotta go, Phoebe.
Like, you can do it here, and then you can get a bill for like $1 here, or you can be like, no, I have a lab that can in front of my home.
So, yeah, it makes it really tricky. So,
That's sort of a bad thing when that's good.
I don't like this.
there you go. Good idea.
Hello, I'm Alderman Joe Moore of Chicago's 49th Ward. Here at my fundraising benefit tonight, I was very, very honored to have Mayor Rahm Emanuel host this event tonight. He was here and spoke to the crowd, and Mayor Emanuel and I are joined together in moving this city forward, making the tough decisions that are necessary to move the city forward. I was proud to introduce him. I spoke about his commitment to political reform, about the fact that we are no longer under a court decree regarding political hiring, that for the first time in Chicago's history, the city of Chicago is hiring people on the basis of what they know and not who they know. The city is also making sure that people from every walk of life have the opportunity to work for the city, and that the city workforce reflects the diversity of our very, very diverse city. So I am very confident that the voters in the 49th Ward will reward me with re-election, but I'm not taking anything for granted. And that's why we're here tonight with this fundraising benefit to raise the money necessary for me to get my message out to the voters, our message of moving the city forward, of making the tough decisions that are necessary to move the city forward. My thanks to Ansar Rizvi, GOTV, Safir Pakistan.
Well, today events, actually, I'm involved in the new governor's transition team, so we've been very busy with veteran issues and focusing on making recommendations to improve veteran services in Illinois. Sure, well, I run an agency called Life Safe Haven. My wife has been on the show before with Prakar Khan. We do a lot of homeless programs in the city of Chicago with emphasis. We serve a lot of veterans and helping people get back on their feet. If you're familiar with Chicago, it has beautiful landscaping downtown, the rooftop of City Hall. We do all that as a job training program. So we help the homeless get back on their feet, get services, get employed, and then permanently housed. And a lot of our clients are from all over the world, and we're really just here to help people get back on their feet and thrive. My wife is, her parents are from Mexico, my parents are from Ireland, so we've been very fortunate to be educated here and now to give back and help other people. And a lot of the people we help are, first generation or people from other countries.
जी नाज़रीन, मैं हूं अंसार रिज़वी, नुमाइंदा सफ़ीर पाकिस्तान शिकागो। इस वक्त मेरे साथ डॉक्टर तारिक भट्ट साहब मौजूद हैं और मैं इस वक्त डाउनटाउन शिकागो में मौजूद हूं, जहां पर एल्डरमैन जो मोर ने शिकागो के मेयर रॉन मेलविल के एजाज़ में एक फंड रेजिंग डिनर का एहतमाम किया। आइए आज के इवेंट से मुतालिक डॉक्टर तारिक भट्ट साहब से पूछते हैं।
जी शुक्रिया अंसार साहब, पहले तो आपके आने का और सफ़ीर पाकिस्तान के इस इवेंट को कवर करने का। तो ये जो है इवेंट, हमारे बलविंदर सिंह साहब भी उसमें शामिल थे। ये आज का इवेंट बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट था। 49th वार्ड ऑल्डरमैन जो मोर, जो कि पाकिस्तानी अमेरिकन कम्युनिटी के काफ़ी सपोर्टर हैं और बहुत बड़े सपोर्टर हैं, उन्होंने आज उनके एजाज़ में ये फ़ंड रेजिंग इवेंट था, जिसमें मेयर राम इमैनुअल भी तशरीफ़ लाए और हमारी पाकिस्तानी अमेरिकन कम्युनिटी ने भी इसमें हिस्सा लिया बढ़ चढ़ के। और इसके अलावा बहुत सारे लीडर मुख्तलिफ़ तबकों के और तमाम ही एथनिसिटी के लोग इसमें शामिल हुए, जो कि बहुत ही अच्छी बात है। तो हमारी रिप्रेजेंटेशन इसमें बहुत ज़रूरी है। और आज मेयर राम इमैनुअल ने काफ़ी उन बातों का जिक्र किया कि जिससे शिकागो शहर जो है वो क्यों इस वक्त मरकज़ बना हुआ है तमाम लोगों का, जो आते हैं बाहर से और जो यहाँ आकर इसको अपना घर बनाते हैं और इसको अपना शहर बनाते हैं। तो इस सिलसिले में उन्होंने पजीराई की सबकी, और पाकिस्तानी अमेरिकन कम्युनिटी ने भी इसमें हिस्सा लिया, जिस पे हम बहुत खुश हैं और हमें नाज़ है कि हम इस शहर से ताल्लुक़ रखते हैं और पाकिस्तानी अमेरिकन कम्युनिटी से ताल्लुक़ रखते हैं। आपको पता है कि अब जो है शिकागो के बल्दियाती इलेक्शन हो रहे हैं, जिसमें ऑल्डरमेंस का चुनाव होगा और साथ ही में मेयर राम इमैनुअल का री इलेक्शन होगा। ऑल्डरमैन जो मोर बहुत ही पॉपुलर ऑल्डरमैन हैं 49th वार्ड से, जिसमें पाकिस्तानी अमेरिकन कम्युनिटी के बहुत सारे बिजनेसेस हैं। इसी तरह राम इमैनुअल जो हैं वो भी पाकिस्तानी अमेरिकन कम्युनिटी के बहुत बड़े सपोर्टर हैं और उनका भी चुनाव होना है इस साल। तो इस लिहाज से ये बहुत ही तारीख़ी और यादगार फ़ंड रेजिंग इवेंट है और इसकी बहुत सारी जो चीज़ें हैं वो अफादियत देंगी पाकिस्तानी अमेरिकन कम्युनिटी को और तमाम कम्युनिटीज़ को। और पाकिस्तानी अमेरिकन कम्युनिटी को ये एजाज़ हासिल है कि वो तमाम कम्युनिटी के साथ मिलजुल कर काम करती है जो यहाँ पर बसते हैं।
Today is a fundraiser for my good friend and partner in the 49th Ward for many years, and Alderman Joe Moore, who has done a tremendous amount of good for our community and bringing in schools, bringing in libraries, bringing in grocery stores, redeveloping the business strips, and fighting crime, bringing community policing in, and his new innovative participatory budget is enormously popular with our residents. And I think that, as he's running for re-election for another chance to lead the community, people are supporting him, and he's done a great job, and he'll continue to do a great job. And I think that when he reaches out, we have an extremely diverse community, and he was able to reach out to everyone, and he works with everyone. And I think that it's important that an alderman, particularly in our neighborhood, such as Rogers Park, be able to work with anyone and to be able to bring people together to build a community, to be a place where everyone's welcome. And Joe does an excellent job of that.
जी नाज़रीन, इस वक्त मैं डाउनटाउन शिकागो में मौजूद हूँ, जहाँ पर एल्डरमैन जो मोर ने मेयर शिकागो रामर मेलोन के एजाज़ में एक फंड रेजिंग डिनर का एहतमाम किया, जो कि एक बहुत ही कामयाब फंड रेजिंग डिनर रहा। और इस फंड रेजिंग डिनर में शिकागो लाहौर सिस्टर सिटी के चेयरमैन जनाब डॉक्टर तारिक भट्ट और उनकी टीम ने भरपूर शिरकत की। अंसार रिजवी, सफ़ीर पाकिस्तान, शिकागो।